happened?
Was I just yelling?
It's Apep. He's used some kind of spell to turn us against each other. That must have been what happened back in the basement.
Of course, he's the god of chaos. He's using all of our personal differences to try to divide us, split us apart.
So what do? Think good thoughts like Peter Pan?
But give him nothing to work with. Show him we're a team.
She's right. The only way to defeat chaos, harmony.
Hi, welcome to the Teachings of Mimi. And today we're going to read, comprehend, understand the Bible and what it's telling us, because we have a message coming, and it's coming on December 21st, 2020, and it is the Star of Bethlehem. The universe is inside you, and you're projecting it out because it's inside God. It's inside the mind of God, and the mind of God is in your heart. This is about humanity, the star we're about to see. It's about a sign, which is what Genesis, in the first book of Genesis, tells you. All the stories there. It's in the stars. Set up the constellations. 12 constellations. You're going to go through these 12 ways of being. And then you're going to come out, whole and complete. and you're just about there. The name Bethlehem means man of God and man of war. Okay? And that's what's been battling. The man of God and the man of war. Objective man, subjective man. Imagination man, Mr. You better be scared, man. Okay? One who thinks there's plenty and one who thinks there's just not enough. And it's all consciousness which controls the photons. I am is the God particle. And the star represents humanity. It came to be known as the Star of David because it was the symbol. And the star represents man. It's like Da Vinci's man, it's man. Just as the cross is the body, okay? And it's the consciousness and imagination and God in your heart that carries that forward. Now, science has shown us there's a consciousness in our hearts. It has shown us that it's the very first thing is those neurons coming out of that egg and sperm, okay? And then the heart is made. And then all the other intricate parts of the body are made. And a new mind is made, from the heart. This is what the Bible was telling us. And we've been stripping away layers of perceptions. And perceptions come from individuals that grow into humanity. Okay, this is a belief that humanity has. All right. Well, we're learning bullshit. I'm just going to call it. It's bullshit. But it's great. It's great stuff, let me tell you. And this is what the Hindus called, the 7 layers of the Naga. And Shiva is imagination. And it's been told in all these different stories. The Monkey King. He's man in imagination as one, defeating the consciousness, the Kaka consciousness, with God in his heart. This is the story of David, who goes up against giants with nothing but a sling and a rock. And I took care of that. Now, let's move on. The man of confidence, because he knows nothing can hurt him. He walks with God. He understands it all. God is the consciousness in your heart. That's your Father. He's closer than close. He made your freaking body out of himself. Okay? And he's been trying to connect with this one up here. And the Bible tells you the times you're connecting with this one and here from this is when you do things with great passion, when you are alone and thinking things with great passion. Okay? You're screaming and crying and yelling and ripping your clothes. It tells you this. Okay, this is when the great passion comes forward, and that's when all that miraculous stuff seems to happen, and it all seems to all go away, and it's great, and people are learning, because we're in the constellation of Pisces, that you consciously and unconsciously do this. But if you always trust in your heart, in your gut, in your instinct, if you always go with that first thing that comes into your mind, then it's all good. And you choose what you want to be. I'm going to be that, and like human beings do, like little ants do, we dig and we dig and we dig and we dig into it, and some people dig into that. Like for me, I would dig into the higher aspects of it. How are they thinking? Okay? Who gives a shit about that? How are they thinking about it? Okay? I don't care what this company does. I want to know what they're thinking about it so that I know how to play it. When I was doing stocks and when I was studying the markets, then, it went up a level. Now we're digging into crowd psychology. Oh, I dig into that crowd psychology, man. And it would be, like the Hunter Biden thing. I knew that years ago. I was reporting that in my market analysis. I was like, yeah, this is going to come bite somebody's ass one day. I was living objectively. And that's my point. Most of us already have wrapped around this stuff around us. And that's the point. It comes automatically. You've already changed your consciousness in your head. And they've been doing that with the law of attraction. And now they're seeking love. Okay, and they're starting to understand we're all one. And it comes from the heart. You want it to come from the heart. You don't want to script every word, every way somebody feels towards you. That's needy. You just love them. You love them, and you're happy, they're happy. What do you want to do? Let me help you. You want to learn how to read? Here, let me show you how to read. You want to know how to do math? Here, let me show you. And guess what, everyone? Math is creative. I've been hearing all my life how girls don't like math. Bullshit. I love it. I love that Fibonacci sequence. I love the golden mean. I love the golden ratio. I love all that stuff. It's beautiful. It's magical. It's wonderful. Vortex mathematics is just amazingly simple, clean cut, And then you got guys like Tesla, frequency and vibration, frequency and vibration. Yes, everything has a vibration, and vibrations come from feelings. Okay, and people are starting to get this. That's why, they study law of attraction, but then they're seeking something more. And usually it's love or getting out of trouble or something they're just, in despair about. And so they find these things. And at first it begins, with the ego, you're digging into it because you're in pain and suffering. We get rid of it. So the Star of Bethlehem has been, the end of the battle between, good and evil. It's people, it's starting to sink into people's heads that it's all a story, okay? If you cry race, you're the racist. That's your story. Science told you that. It's told you it's a social construct, okay? The virus is just like the common cold. That's where it came from. It made a little change because we imagined that, we had the common cold, and one day we said, but this one's worse. Oh, you're right, it's a virus. Look, there's a little change in it. And we do this to ourselves. And we're starting to understand this, and things do happen for a reason. And everyone's in the perfect place at the perfect time, for the perfect opportunities that are coming their way. And it's that, in Hindu, it's the story of the Shiva and the Naga, and you'll see these statues of these guys with the Naga, let's face it, they look pretty down. And then you got the guys with the nagas who look pretty up, you know. And it all leads towards Brahma. And Brahma's, you know, the four faces of man. Man's defeated all his little monsters. You know, pollution is a manifestation of polluted thoughts and beliefs. Okay, if you've got bad pollution, then that's what's going on. And that it will manifest itself. And it doesn't matter how much you try to clean it up, it's going to keep coming. Okay, it's always coming, some way, shape, or form. You know, and you just got to get rid of your ugly thoughts. You know, and people get in despair. You know, okay, I read all this stuff, I learned all this stuff, I understand it, but you know, how do I feel healthy or wealthy? And I'm not. You know, because you let the God in your heart do it. That's how you do it. You know, and even if it doesn't feel right at first, you just keep doing it. This is what the Bible tells you. It tells you to praise God, claim it as if you have it, and praise God. I got a patron, her and a friend, call it a God sandwich, and I just love that. You know, have yourself a God sandwich, you know, and then just go live life and love it. Be happy you're alive and in this perfect body to taste and smell and hear and feel and touch everything. And it's all wonderful, you know, and just appreciate everyone and everything. It's great. It was all made for you, for you, for you, individually and for humanity as a whole. As the individuals come to do this, humanity as a whole does this. And the sign is the Star of Bethlehem. It's already been going on. It's been going on for years, for millions and millions of years. You know? But it's culminated when we changed it from before Christ, after Christ, the baby was born. Okay, and then the baby started getting bigger. You know, it's all about love, 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 love. And then was told, get real. It's just like that show, Good Omens. You know, humanity's Adam. And he started thinking all these horrible things and making all these horrible thoughts. And they started growing, and his friends saved him by rejecting that Adam. No, I'm not talking to you. Talk to the hand. And he tries to imprison them, you know. I'll make you, see? I'll make you, see? You know, and they're just like, you can make me how you want. You know, you can't make me think any different. This is wrong. You're thinking wrong. You're not the Adam we love. You know, and then he's like, because their love's coming at him. You know, we love Adam. We don't love those thoughts. Get out, get out, get out. You can tie me up all you want. I'm still going to love you. I know the good Adam's in there. You know, and that's what we're doing. That churning, making Buddha. You know, it's great. Buddha's great.
It was time to decide who your friends were, and Adam had. So the Antichrist, 3 human children, and a former hellhound faced death and 3 monsters who came from the minds of humanity.
The thing is, they're not actually real. They're just like nightmares, really.
We study this at my Patreon site, where I am decoding the Bible, and it's really a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. It's really, you know, I just love it. I love researching. I've always loved languages. I, you know, studied 4 different languages in my life, and granted, there's people who know a lot more languages than that, but for me, that was pretty good. But it was the interest in it, you know, of the language and how it evolved and words, because they told me I would never read, you know, and my parents said, yeah, I don't think so. You just need to learn differently, Rita. Don't ever listen to them when they say that. There's always another way. And it was the greatest lesson in my life.
We are united, bonded together.
In a common cause.
A common purpose.
A family.
I'd do anything for them. Even die for them. You can't divide us. Your magic is useless.
Who are you?
Think hard. Who banished the evil you wish to release? Who protects this world? Who do you fear the most?
Librarian.
I hope this helps. The Star of Bethlehem is a wonderful sign that humanity, the baby, you know, has grown up. The baby's already born. This is like seeing David the second time, and where humanity now says, Father. And he looks back and says, Son. And it's just beautiful. So I hope this helps. Blessings to you. And thank you. Thank you for being you.